When it comes to construction, what's the real difference between a project that goes off without a hitch and one that becomes a total nightmare? Well, it often boils down to a single document that most people totally overlook. It's called the project brief. And honestly, getting this right from day one is the best thing you can do to protect your budget, your timeline, and yeah, your sanity. I mean, we've all heard the horror stories, right? Projects that drag on for months and months past their deadline, budgets that just spiral out of control, and those constant frustrating arguments with the contractor. It's a kind of stress that can just ruin the whole experience of building something you're excited about. So just for a second, think about your project. What's the one thing that kind of keeps you up at night? Is it the money? Is it the timeline? Or is it just finding someone you can actually trust to get the job done right? Well, here's the thing. The root cause of most of these problems isn't a bad contractor, and it's not just bad luck. It's a lack of clarity. It almost always starts with a really vague, unclear beginning. But the good news is there is a super powerful tool that can prevent all of that. It gives you control and makes sure everyone is on the exact same page right from the start. And yeah, you guessed it, it's the project brief. So try to think of the project brief as, well, it's more than just a plan for the building itself. It's really a strategic blueprint for your entire relationship with your contractor. It manages expectations, it pins down the budget, and it sets the rules for how you're going to communicate. And why even bother doing all this? Because a great brief, it's like a magnet for the best talent out there. When serious, skilled professionals see a detailed brief, they know you're a serious client. And that leads to way more accurate quotes, fewer misunderstandings down the line, and ultimately, a successful project. Okay, so how do you actually put one of these together? Let's break down the 10 essential things that every great project brief absolutely has to have. And trust me, it's a lot simpler than it sounds. To make this really easy to remember, we can just group these 10 items into 3 simple steps. First, we'll cover the basics. Second, we'll get into the specifics. And third, we'll add those final crucial details. Ready? Let's start with step 1. The basics are, well, your foundation. A really clear title, like 4-bedroom bungalow in Kira, immediately tells the contractor what they're looking at. Then add a specific location. A Google pin is fantastic for this. And define the scope of work. Are they just pouring the foundation, or are you looking for a full build from the ground up? You have to be specific. Now, what about designs and drawings? If you've got them, definitely attach them. Architectural plans are absolute gold for getting accurate estimates. But hey, if you don't have plans yet, that's okay too. Just say so clearly in the brief. A lot of great contractors can actually connect you with an architect they trust. Next up, your timeline. Be really upfront about when you'd like to start and when you need to be finished. This is such a brilliant filter. It immediately weeds out contractors who are already booked up and helps you find the ones who can actually fit you into their schedule. The budget. I know, it's tempting to be a little cagey about the money, but that is a huge mistake. You don't need to give an exact number. Just providing a range or a tier, like low, medium, or high end, is incredibly helpful. It lets contractors give you a realistic proposal that actually fits what you can afford. All right, finally, let's get into the details that really show you're a pro. Who is buying the materials? You or the contractor? What matters most to you? The absolute lowest price, the fastest possible completion, or the highest quality work? Also, adding photos of the site boosts your credibility, and mentioning any legal stuff like land titles shows you're transparent and ready to go. Okay, so theory is great, but let's put it all together. Seeing how all these pieces fit in a real-world example is really the best way to see how powerful this is. First, look at that title. It's crystal clear. 3-bedroom residential house in Namagongo. Instantly, a contractor knows the project type, the scale, and the general location, and they can decide if it's a good fit for them. Next, the location is super precise, right down to the Google pin. That is such a pro move. It lets a contractor check out the site's accessibility online without even having to call you. The scope is clearly defined as a full build, so there's zero ambiguity there. And even better, the client has already attached the plans. This is exactly what a professional contractor loves to see. And notice this, a clear timeline and a very specific budget range. That 120 to 150 million shillings, that falls right into that medium tier we talked about. It's realistic, and it gives contractors a solid target to aim for. Now this is so important. The client has stated exactly what they value most: quality, good references, and sticking to the schedule. This tells everyone they're not just looking for the cheapest bid, they're looking for the right partner for their project. And to wrap it all up, just a few extra notes that show this person is prepared. The land is flat, it's titled, it's fenced. What does that tell the contractor? That there are going to be fewer headaches, legally and logistically. It basically screams, I am ready to build. So, what's the big takeaway here? What does all this add up to? Well, crafting a great project brief isn't just about filling out a checklist. It's about a fundamental shift in your mindset. It's about becoming the kind of client that the very best professionals want to work with. I think it really all boils down to this simple idea. If you want to attract the right contractors, you have to be the right client. The whole process, it starts with you. The effort you put in right at the beginning is directly reflected in the quality of the people you attract. Think about it this way. Your project brief is your first impression. A detailed, professional brief shows that you respect everyone's time, you value quality, and you believe in transparency. It tells the world that you're ready for a real partnership. So I'll leave you with this question. After all of this, take a hard look at your own project plans. Have you given them that clear, detailed foundation they need to attract the very best in the business? Is your project truly ready for the right professionals?